For ACUsports.com, I'm Chris Macaluso, and joining me this morning is head coach Casey Wilson, and we're at Elmer Gray Stadium as we wrap up the 2016 soccer season. Coach Wilson, your team finished with a winning record this year at 9-8-2, and you did very well once again in the Southland Conference, finishing third with 8 wins, 2 losses, and a tie. What are your final reflections on this past season?
You know, I thought that we bounced, like I said, and I say bounce back, but we definitely took care of business in the Southland Conference as far as, getting our momentum back and starting with the Corpus Christi game. And then, like I said, the 2 losses and the tie were unfortunate. But it's just sometimes the way it goes. But sometimes with an 8-2-1 record, that could win you get you in first place or second place. But unfortunately, we had 2 other teams that were a step ahead of us a little bit, but they had good seasons as well.
Well, you tied Central Arkansas at 0-0, and they were the best offensive team in the Southland Conference all this year. And the other 2 losses that you had were both by 1 goal, falling to Northwestern State in overtime 2-1. And Stephen F. Austin has more or less had your number since you entered the conference, but this was a very competitive game. You guys had the lead on them once and tied the score at 2-2, and they finally won 3-2. So now that you're right in line there with Stephen F. Austin, what's the next step that your team has to take physically and mentally to race past them in the standings?
It's just getting over the hump. I mean, there's times, where we've had, even going through Division II and from that point, getting past a certain team sometimes may have taken a couple of years, 2-3 years. But, it's just mainly getting over the hump and getting that mindset that, they're just like any other team.
You didn't get a lot of positive results during the non-conference season, but based on what you did in the conference, I think your non-conference slate prepared you very well for the Southland. Do you intend to keep scheduling as tough as you have these past couple of years, knowing that going into next year you're fully eligible to compete in the Southland postseason?
Well, I think it's imperative to play top-notch teams. I mean, our schedule next year will be very similar. Mm-hmm. It'll be basically similar to what we played in this year. So, but I think it's being able to push us to play at a higher level is I think it helped us with our results during conference.
A couple of days ago, you said farewell to an outstanding senior class. It was 8 players deep, and more than half of them have been 4-year starters. This is going to be a class that goes down in the history books for its contributions to the program, helping you get from Division II into Division I. And they did such great things for this program, even though they were never promised a postseason. What are some of your thoughts and emotions on what this senior class brought to ACU soccer?
Well, like I said, they're a very consistent group. I mean, like I said before, there wasn't a flashy group, but and also you've mentioned in the past too that maybe we haven't been highly decorated with all conference awards over the past number of years, but it shows that how important each and every single player on the field is and how we play as a team, and I think that's mainly what the senior class represented there.
If you continue your success in the Southland Conference, then this time next year you're going to be playing in the Southland Conference tournament. Do you feel that there's an excitement and a buzz among the remaining players on your roster to go deep into next year's postseason?
I think it's just going to have to be a change in mentality, knowing that not only are we going to have to go through our preseason and then we're going to have to go to the conference play, but I think the key is having the mindset that we're going to play past the regular season and not only stay healthy but have the mentality that we're going to push this through and then give ourselves an opportunity to be strong in the tournament and not just be happy to be there, but just go in there to make an impact and try to get an NCAA bid.
Coach, congratulations once again on a winning season. Coach Wilson's Wildcats once again 9-8-2 overall, 8-2-1 in the Southland Conference, good for 3rd place for the 2nd consecutive year. For head coach Casey Wilson, I'm Chris Macaluso. Go Wildcats!